It's another side that like wants to take more, but wants to go that one more round. Because like going that one more round when you don't think you can, that's what makes all the difference in your life. You know what I mean?
All right. Good day and welcome to another episode of One More Round, the Rocky Series podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and I have with me today Katie and again, of course, Kyle. Kyle, we'll start with you. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm on vacation this week, so I don't have a care in the world.
I think you and me both. I think we mentioned this last recording. Yeah, I took this week off as well. I've a mid-November break.
Is it the school break for your kids this week?
Well, they're homeschooled,
Okay.
so it's always a break for them.
School break.
Yeah, no, no, it's not actually. We're on a different schedule. It's not a break for us.
Okay.
What do you guys call it? Like a midwinter break or something? Or?
Something like that.
Well, you know, I got to say, now I'm very jealous. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I wish I had this next week off too, but I don't.
But yeah, I didn't want to rub it in. I have this week off. Kyle has this week off. Katie, well, you know what? You carry the torch. You carry the torch for this work week for us. You go in there and work extra hard for me and Kyle. You know, you pick up the slack where we're relaxing and sleeping in. Okay, will you do that for us?
No, I will not.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, well, we got a big show today, so we'll get rock and rolling right away. First off, the I Play Rocky movie, which is not a prequel to the Rocky franchise. It is also not a remake of the Rocky film. I just got to keep getting the word out there because people are silly about the information they receive in their brain. It is the biography. It's a biopic of how Sylvester Stallone created and got that film made. And there's been more casting news. So I'm going to show that picture here. So over here, the guy on the left, his name is Eric Paladino. And then we got the gentleman on the right. His name is Rob Demery. And these are the latest additions to the cast of I Play Rocky, the making of the Rocky film, from director Peter Farrelly. So they're joining other actors, of course, who are playing different parts. So Eric is playing Pete, the boxing coach of Stallone. So we got a mixture of real life people in Stallone's life as he's making the film of the. So we got people who are playing the characters of the movie. I know this sounds really weird because Demery, the gentleman on the right, of course, is playing Joe Frazier. So we know Joe Frazier had nothing to do with the making of the film in the sense of like how the film got made, but he has a cameo in the film. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. We're actually literally seeing the film getting filmed.
That's cool.
Yeah, because they're going to show when Joe Frazier, like, how did he end up on set? Why did he end up on set? How did they get him to show up and do a hand wave to the Philly crowd with Sly and Carl Weathers in the ring? So that's kind of cool.
You next, Joe. You next.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to show that. I think that's great that they've cast Joe Frazier. So we're really going to see, like, not just how the film got made, you know, the script being denied and Stallone begging for it, They're actually going to see some of the guerrilla style filmmaking. I bet, you know, the van going down the Italy alley or whatever, and I guarantee that piece of fruit's going to get shown. If they don't show that part, the fruit getting thrown at Sly's character, I don't know. We'll see. So there you go. There's more casting.
Yeah, I see a couple of in the little write up there. Like J2. Some of these are pretty well known people.
Yeah. This is a real movie.
Yeah. Matt Dillon, obviously.
Yeah, Matt Dillon plays Frank Sr.
Love it.
Now, Frank Sr. only has one scene in the whole film, which is him ringing the bell for the fight at the ringside. But again, we're going to be seeing behind the scenes stuff. I wonder how Frank Sr. will be portrayed. It'll be interesting to see how they portray him in the film.
Well, yeah, he's a main character, and he's a main character in Sly's life. Not necessarily, you know what I mean? So yeah. So I'm excited. I can't wait to watch this film, and I hope we get to do a review together. So, did you see any news about its potential release?
I don't know when it's being released or where, if it's streaming and or theater or both. Sometimes they do a combo. They'll do in theaters with streaming at the same. Who knows? Stallone's a big name. Rocky's a big franchise. I can see this doing okay at the box office. And I don't think this is a highly expensive film to make. Like, there's no CGI or big action sequences. It's a drama. There's no big action set pieces, stunt double work. It probably can be done on the cheap. Ironically, the same way the first film was done.
Yeah, like some of the more recent biopics of big stars, like the Elton John one, the Freddie Mercury one. Did those went to the theater, didn't they?
They did. And they even, you could argue, have a bigger budget, one for the song content, and then the big CGI dance sequences, the dream sequences with Elton John and things like that. So I don't think there's any of that here. So we'll see. First, Katie, we got some emails.
We do. All right. Hello, Katie, Ryan, and Kyle. Thomas from Belfast here. Hope this finds you well. Just finished Rocky V. You guys, plus the stand-ins, were fantastic as always. I know I've said this before, but this has been my favorite season with lots of laugh-out-loud moments, some sick jokes as well, I may add, which endears me to you guys even more. One of my favorite jokes was from the final episode with the Rocky Force Ghosts.
Star Wars Force Ghosts, the Jedi Force Ghosts.
I forgot about that. I started envisioning all the dead characters standing outside the Atomic Hoagie shop. Mickey, Paulie, Adrian, Andy, Gazzo, the street singers around a blue ghost fire, all dead from cirrhosis of the liver, singing two kinds of love. Bill Baldwin's ghost turning around to Stu Nahan's ghost and saying, "This place is certainly packed with Rockies people. I've never seen so many Italians in my whole life." Anyway, guys, I'm really looking forward to the Rocky Balboa episodes. My mission is to catch up before you guys finish. Stay safe and just keep punching. Oh, thanks, Thomas.
And he sent another one in. Thank you, Thomas. He sent it to my Twitter, so I sometimes I forget to check there. So we've got 2 from him that we're backlogged on. So he's got another one that he sent.
Yes, 2 episodes into the Balboa season, and it's top notch. You guys are already having me cry laughing about the Rocky Paulie alternative anniversary tour. My head went straight to the alley and Rocky turning to Paulie and going, "Hey, Paulie, remember that Thanksgiving where you threw the turkey into this alley and spoiled it for everyone?" Then the camera cuts to Rocky and Paulie outside the gates of the Rocky IV mansion saying, "Hey, remember when Adrian got doorstepped by the press and they spilled the beans about me fighting Drago?" The camera then cuts to the owner of the mansion looking out his window and saying, "There are those 2 Italians looking into my house again. Call the cops." Like the filming of it.
You'll never get the smell of garlic out of this house.
He says, "I also think the name of the restaurant should have been Yo Adrian's."
I like that. Actually.
Yeah, in homage to the Rocky II victory speech. Anyway, can't wait for the next episode. Stay safe, guys. Keep up the great work and keep moving forward. Very nice.
Thanks, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. Some YouTube comments, I think, there.
Okay. Eccentric views. Ryan saying, "I never tease someone I don't like." Kyle, is that why you don't tease me, Ryan? Ryan, yes. Kyle. Kyle, is that why it never happens?
That was eccentric views. Gino, that was all he got from that episode.
That was his takeaway.
That's a good
That was his takeaway. Yeah. Thanks, Gino. We love Gino. Eccentric views. Thanks, Gino. Our favorite Australian Italian. Yeah.
Then we have one from Escape 5150. I might be completely off on this, but leading up to the release of Rocky Balboa, I remember reading that Adrian actually died around 1995, and Rocky opened the restaurant in tribute to her. Then, when the movie starts, it's the 10-year anniversary of her death, and that's why it was more important and emotional when he was taking that memorial tour with Paulie. Have I been totally wrong this whole time?
Yeah, it is weird how we kind of have our own narratives about things. Like I had mine about Paulie living at the gym. Ryan had his about Apollo's people. Everyone kind of has their own kind of story of what goes on, kind of filling in the blanks. And sometimes we just miss stuff. And this is a good example of that. So that's totally understandable.
I know her tombstone says the date, doesn't it say?
Yes. Oh, sorry. I thought we've talked about this. We talked about this last episode.
Yeah.
She died in 2002.
I was thinking 95 too, but I think
that's right.
The restaurant was established in 95.
That's where we were getting 95
so we know for sure Adrian started the restaurant. And we were talking in the episode about whether it was so Rocky themed when she started it.
That's right. Yeah.
Took it over. He kind of had to reinvent that restaurant. So he's the draw for it.
Escape 5150, bringing up a good point that like that kind of would make sense that the big special tour was like the 10th anniversary. It's just and the 95 maybe you're getting from the restaurant being 95, but I do think that tracks, and maybe that would have been better.
The only thing is that Paulie says like I went on the tour the last 3 years, which means like it's not like he does the tour for the anniversary. He kind of just, this is what Rocky does every year, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which honestly, I'm kind of like that. I could relate to that for sure. I like doing stuff like that. So it's like,
isn't that weird? The timelines don't work.
Wow, in a Rocky movie.
I don't think the timeline's messed up in this case. This is one of the few cases where you can't describe it to timeline. It's just it's like they don't give you a ton of detail, so your mind fills in the blanks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in this case, we do have some detail. We have specific years in 2 places, so you can actually narrow it down. I'm surprised this film didn't say on her tombstone she died in 93 and the restaurant says since 95. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm 76 years old, and then the tombstone shows that he wasn't 76 years old. Yeah.
Man.
That's your rule, is if you see it in print, like if it shows a date on the film, like a tombstone established 90, that's the gospel.
More or less. You know, Mickey's saying, I'm 76 years old. And then we know what year it is because it was in print. Him saying that is basically tied to print. Like that's all. Right. That's to me. That's just as good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the tombstone thing being in print. That's a big problem.
Yeah, that was a blatant error.
You have to move the timeline along if you delay filming because, like, you can't pretend like you're in the 70s forever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know.
You're filming in the 80s, so like, why go through the effort of making everything seem like it's 5 or 6 years younger when you could just say, okay, you know what? We're bumping this timeline. If I remember right, the difference in time between the tombstone, Mickey's tombstone and the age he said, kind of actually did make sense in terms of like how far the movie timeline got kicked up. It is annoying, but to be forgivable at the same time.
All right, we got 2 voicemails today. We got one from, of course, Michael from the Screeners Podcast. Oh, I should say Michael's the one that sent me that casting news, so thank you, Michael. And then one from Gru. We get to hear Gru. And, of course, Gru is from, or Andy, he's from, or Andrew, Gru. He's from, of course, the Nothing Worthwhile podcast. So that's where he's from. So first we'll hear from Michael.
Hi, Ryan, Katie, and Kyle. This is Michael Burgett of the Screen Nurse Podcast. Great work as always. Just wanted to chime in and share some of my thoughts on this latest episode, episode 10. My one gripe that I have of this film, even going back to 2006 when I saw it in the theater for the first time, was this scene where Rocky and Paulie are watching the replay of the cartoon fight and the program that's airing there on the TV. Now, that program is supposed to be Cold Pizza. Now, at the time, Cold Pizza, which later became First Take, aired in the mornings on ESPN2. It never would have aired at nighttime, and it didn't ever really replay either at night. So, for me, as someone who watched that show regularly, it didn't make sense to have this scene like this. Now, if they had been like a special program or something like that, then that probably would have made more sense. But for just trying to take this program that was a morning program and put it at nighttime, it didn't make sense to me as someone who is a big, huge sports fan that watched ESPN regularly. So for me, that was just always a gripe that I had with that film. Like the regular average moviegoer that was watching the film probably wouldn't have thought anything about that scene. But for me, that was always the one gripe I had. But Skip Bayless there, the one that made the pounded chicken line, that very much is like the real Skip Bayless. Like he would constantly say over the top things. He would have hot takes all the time. And he does that even to today. Like he still continually has hot takes that he will have and share regularly. So that was definitely that performance that he gave is very much like the real Skip Bayless. Sly's last big role prior to this film was probably Copland in 97. He was in some lesser films like Driven in 2001, which I love that film, but I know it has its faults. And he also was the villain in the third Spy Kids film in 2003. But yeah, not anything else big per se until we get to Rocky Balboa. And it's earlier in the film when Rocky says the line about if you're in a place long enough, you become that place. To which then Paulie replies by saying, I ain't no talking building. So it's interesting that we get to the scene in the meat factory where Paulie, I guess, has had some time to be retrospective and think about it. And then he kind of says that, yeah, he kind of is the meat packing factory because that's where he's been a lot in his life. And so he's just become that place. And so it's interesting how earlier in the film, he just dismisses the line, but then later in the film, he's had time to think about it and is a little more retrospective about it. Great work as always. Keep up the great work and look forward to hearing your thoughts on the next episode.
Thanks, Michael. But any thoughts or anything stuck out?
Yeah, there was a lot there. Yeah, Michael. Thank you for your very well put together, very well said.
He's much better than we are, Katie.
He is. Well, at least me. You guys are more well spoken. I did. You know, it's funny. My not being a big sports fan, I did not know that was a real show. This is news to me that the show that they were watching was a real show on ESPN. I just assumed they were satirizing that sort of show, like that Skip, like he was talking about Skip Bayless being kind of a character. I thought that was just like they were making fun of sort of like that kind of a show, but I guess not.
I actually did find that very interesting. That I was shocked when he said that's how that guy really is. Like, not shocked, but I'm just like, I thought when I heard that, like, what's the special? Pounded chicken. The way he said that, I thought was so over the top and so fake that when Michael just said just now that that's how that guy really is, I was like, oh. But then, like, they have Larry Merchant on this show. He's like one of the older HBO commentator. This sounds more like an execution. That is also what he's like. Like,
interesting.
That's a similar thing where that guy, if you didn't know, would seem over the top. But then it's like, no, some people are just like that. So it does make sense after all. But yeah, thanks, Michael. You changed my perspective on that scene forever, for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. As always, great insights and very well spoken. Yeah, he sounds better than we do.
Yes, two things, Michael. Be dumber next time.
Yeah.
And I feel like I didn't detect an accent in previous voicemails for some reason. Where are you from, Michael?
It's like Tennessee and Florida. He's from one, lives in the other. I can't remember.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got Andy Grew.
Hey, guys. Always a pleasure to be watching you guys talk about this movie. I love Rocky Balboa, love the theatrical version, and I love this one even more. And this cemetery scene is one of the reasons why. I think every extra scene in this thing from beginning to end, I love, with the exception of one, and I'll wait on that until the end. But this is perfect. This is great. Number one, it's great acting by Sylvester Stallone. You got to give him that. Great writing. And it's really the only time in the movie he talks to Adrian. And I think I have a theory as to why he might have cut this. And my theory is that maybe it was one too many trips to the cemetery. So I feel like he could have had this exact conversation or monologue, like maybe in his bedroom or somewhere else. It didn't exactly have to be the cemetery. Maybe that would have worked. Maybe not as powerful, but almost. But yeah, this is just another example of, I agree with Ryan. He edits out great stuff. Just look at the Rocky IV director's cut. There's just amazing stuff in there. So yeah, having a lot of fun with this, and I'm looking forward to sending more of these. See you guys.
I agree with him though, in that, yeah, probably 1, 2. You don't want to be in the cemetery all the time in a film like that, because it's like, it has its place. I'm glad he was there in the cemetery for those scenes that did exist. But I totally, when he said, like, you could have it like in the bedroom, say he's looking at a picture of her or something like that totally works too. And I definitely agree with him there. Like,
or swap out one of the other cemetery scenes. I mean, he does have a point about, we can't be at the cemetery all the time. But I guess we're at the restaurant a lot. I mean, it's sort of like it's part of his world.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I know, but I think it's just the cemetery is like so gloomy and it's like death, and you want that in the movie too much. Like it's okay for a bit, but yeah, I see where he's going.
You guys ready for trivia?
Oh shit! I kind of forgot.
So this one will be whoever's the closest, and you can go over. So that again, my rules are you're allowed to go over. It's just whoever's mathematically the closest. How much does Mason Dixon weigh?
Oh, did they say his weight? Shit.
Remember they showed it on the TV screen. So I don't know what the answer is going to be. I guess we get the weight. Remember they showed the weight with the cartoon fight, and I guess they probably mentioned his weight.
Yeah, that's right. And I think they gave Rocky like a bullshit weight, if I remember.
Well, they always give Rocky a bullshit weight.
Dare you?
Yeah,
well, definitely, the height was wrong. All right. Yeah. What does Rocky want Robert's opinion on? What is Paulie painting a picture of in the meat locker? When he was talking to Rocky about the beast in the basement, dude, like, was he actually painting then? There was a painting. Then there's the other scene. Was he painting both? Because there's two scenes where he's painting.
You know what? I don't know, actually, Ryan. I'm not sure.
It might be the same. I can't recall if the object on the canvas.
I have a answer, but I don't know if it's the scene though. I think there's two painting scenes, and that might be because of the director's cut. That's what I'm confused about.
There might be, but are you thinking that they're different objects on the canvas?
That's what I don't remember. I'm going to give the only painting I remember.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. Yeah, okay. Who says, sometimes it's hard to breathe. Sorry.
Thanks, Ryan.
Sorry.
I think it was Robert.
Oh, man. Okay. Now, last one. How many knockouts does Nixon have? Oh, he's something in.
I think I know this one.
Oh, shit. Of course, Cal knows this one.
Yeah.
How many knockouts?
So, again, it's closest to, and you can go over. Okay. Well, let's just do it. Let's just get the answers out right away here. And just a reminder to our listeners and to you guys. So when we're done the Rocky Balboa trivia, there is five bonus questions per film, because I got the hardcover edition of this that Rocco gave us. So we're going to do a whole, all the films bonus questions. I can't wait. The first one, Katie, here you go. What's your answer? How much does Mason Dixon weigh?
238.
Ooh, close to me. I put something close to that. I put 232.
Ooh.
Oh, I think I might have won this one.
What'd you put, Ryan?
I put 215, and the weight is 221.
Oh, you won.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yep.
Nice
work. I was going to go lighter, but I'm like, I bet you they inflated Sly's weight, so they're going to inflate this guy's weight too.
Oh,
yeah, I remember. The only thing I can remember is that I was like, I don't think he weighs that much.
It's funny. Heavyweights nowadays weigh way more.
Yeah, either that or he's tall. Mason might, I was like, maybe
he's probably 6'2" or something, 6'3". He's small. Like, he didn't fight actual Antonio Tarver didn't fight heavyweight.
He didn't?
No, I think he's light heavyweight or something. He's not a heavyweight fighter. So I thought his real weight was lower than 232, but I thought for the purpose of the film they made him seem heavier. But I guess they didn't. Although 221 is a heavyweight weight though.
Isn't it over 200?
I think it used to be. I don't know what it is. I think it's over 200 now. You're right. I think maybe in the past it was 190 or something. I think it's.
Well, it had to be for Rocky to have fought heavyweight back in the day.
What does Rocky want Robert's opinion on, Kyle?
About fighting again.
Yeah, I put that. Katie, is that what you had?
Yeah.
Not the garlic. Okay. Yeah, I put fighting again as well.
What he should name the dog. He should maybe get his own kids' opinion about what to name this community dog.
They're not at that level of relationship, Katie. Okay, I'll answer this one. What is Paulie's painting a picture of in the meat locker? I put bloody dog, the bloody dog face.
I just put a dog.
I do too. I put dog. You're much more specific, Ryan.
A dog. I just remember it had blood, and I was like, "That's weird."
Yours is for sure right though.
Okay, all right. I'm 3 for 3. Okay, who says sometimes it's hard to breathe?
Rocky.
Is that Robert's boss? He didn't say that.
How many knockouts does Dixon have?
I have no idea. I put 15.
Okay, so I remember him saying, "I'm 33-0 with 30 knockouts."
Shit.
So what's your answer?
30.
Yeah, you got to bang on. I put 32. So, Kyle, you got bang on.
He says it at the press conference. He's like, I'm 33-0, 30 knockouts. I don't know what to do in this.
I don't know why I didn't think he had that many fights.
He doesn't seem like someone who's like a knockout puncher either. But then they say he's so dominant, so it does seem like he would be. Okay, so did each of us get 4 then?
No, I only got 3.
Okay,
I got 4. I was feeling confident. I knew it was 30 something, but it was 30 bang on. Okay. All right.
Okay, yeah, recorded. I have it typed in. Okay, guys,
all right.
Just without me, I gotta just take a quick break. That coffee hit me hard. So
no worries.
Excuse me.
Okay, so no worries. So we'll start the film. That's fine. So where we last left off was, of course, Rocky gave the big, the impassioned speech to the council or whatever, the boxing commission. Okay. You know, it's funny. Just a side note here, while Kyle's gone too. I'm one of the admins of the Rocky Reddit. It's so frustrating. I've said this at the very, very, very beginning of doing this podcast of Rocky, way back in when I was doing it with Ruben, when we was going the distance, and then one more round now, and like, we're a middling podcast. We don't get a lot of listeners, which is fine. I have a lot of fun. I always say it's like going fishing, Katie, with your friends, and you catch nothing. So at the end of the day, I have a great time, and there's sometimes we catch a couple of fishes and we have fun along the way. But it's always amazing to me, the Venn diagram. Still, I can't grab it. There are millions and millions of podcast listeners, right? There's millions of people who listen, and you have to assume people who already listen to podcasts. There's got to be some sort of Venn diagram of people who enjoy Rocky. Right? Like, just mathematically. So if you have 1 million Americans listening to a podcast, and let's say 500,000 of those are just men, and let's just say 250,000 of those men are in my age group, then you could argue 250,000 of those men in my age group, 10,000 are Sly fans.
Yeah.
And those are like lowball numbers here. Like, the guy has millions of fans around the world, right? Where are they?
Well, you know what I think it is because it's not like a funded, professionally produced podcast. And so it doesn't have a budget behind it to be advertised. So the only way someone is going to find it is if they search for it.
And that's how people do find
advertising.
It,
Katie knows about
I know.
But
true. So that, like, I am the type of, that's how I found it. I am the type of person that I will search in my podcast app for things that I'm interested in. But there are things that I'm interested in, I think, that it doesn't occur to me to search for a podcast for. So that's what I think is people, it doesn't occur to them to, like, I wonder if there's a Rocky podcast. They probably like Rocky, but
I think there's a lot of people who like the Rocky movies and are fans of the Rocky movies. But I think within that, there's a fairly small subset that like it so much that they're actually got to, like Katie was saying, actually start.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm in these other Facebook groups. Sorry, not stepping you, but I know what you're saying. But the fandom is vapid. They will post things that are just like, I don't even care about. Like, there's people who are such fanatics. They create fake Facebook profiles with Stallone's name. Like, that's what I mean. There's such vapid fans out there. It's weird.
I think that's true of most things, though, right? Like, there's just people are weird.
But then there's people who like post things like, this, that, and they're excited and they love Rocky. But I love it how they just love it Rocky so much. But they're like, but I don't want to hear anyone else talk about it, which is weird. That's all I'm saying. Like, you could love
maybe they feel like they're the experts. Like, what do these people know?
Well, we don't know anything. That's
I know.
The Reddit there, I think it has, like, I can't remember the number, but I think it's anywhere from 10 to 25,000 people, and it's usually pretty active. It's an active Reddit, and I post our episodes there. I think it's a few upvotes. Some people are just, because it's Reddit, they just downvote you automatically, because if you post on Reddit, it's just the nature of Reddit. Like,
people are hateful.
Yeah, look at these guys. But we get a few upvotes, so people do come from Reddit to watch us on YouTube, which we appreciate. But what I'm getting at is, people will post, for example, I say all this because we just finished the scene with the box commission. Someone just posted the other day, hey, I just caught that the guy who was running the commission is Rocky's lawyer in Rocky 5. And I'm like screaming at the screen, like, we literally talk about that. Like, it's just funny. It's like, I know, and I don't expect them to listen to the podcast, but it's just funny how, like, things will come up on the Reddit all the time. The three of us have, like, nailed or talked about or already exposed or whatever. It's just like, I'm banging my head against my fake mic as I'm reading this on Reddit, like, guys, listen to the show. We have fun discussions. Like, the very thing you're taking time to post about and discover, we talk about, and you can join us. You get the point.
I do. And even in YouTube comments, like for for my other show, like if I post on social media or YouTube comments, people will have a comment about the movie. Like they'll say something that was discussed in the episode. It's like you took the time. You clearly didn't listen or watch the episode, because what you're saying is like, yeah, we talked about that in the episode, but I don't know. People are weird. Like, why?
They might just be lazy like me. I don't listen to Rocky podcasts. I'm on one.
But you also
I don't even listen to this
you
podcast.
also don't comment in the Reddit about it. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't bother.
But you're not the Venn diagram. That's what I'm saying. You're not that person. But there are millions of thousands that I personally see. Not Kyle's. That's what I'm getting at. We're not talking about Kyle. We're talking about the people who do post, comment, post pictures, news story. They're fanatics. They post more and care about it more than I do, and I podcast about it. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're saying that, like, why don't they listen to this show if they're so into Rocky? Like, is that to
a certain degree? And you got to figure there's some people. I was just saying very, very, very quickly because you were peeing. Like the Venn diagram, but there's millions of podcast listeners, millions. So they already listen to podcasts. That's something they enjoy. You got to figure there's got to be a fraction of those same people who like podcasts, listen to podcasts, who just might be Rocky fans or Rambo fans. And I always just look at my numbers. I'm like, where's the Venn diagram? It'd be like, no, none of these podcasts. And I guarantee you, movie podcasts are popular too. So it's not an unpopular genre.
I think what we're going to have to do is one of us is going to have to get some publicity by releasing a sex tape.
Okay, that's true.
I'll do it.
Wow.
I was going to say, I'll volunteer if you guys fund a trip for me to go to Costa Rica again.
Nice.
Fair enough. Okay. Anyways, it's fine. I guess as our time is drawing to an end with this show, it will end with Rocky Balboa. The Rocky chapter will close until the I Play Rocky comes out. There might be little bonus episodes, but it's going to close. I guess there's a small part of me that I know the show is worthy. I know it's worth. This is me. I'm often self-deprecating. I get it. But here's real Ryan coming out. Okay? You want to hear the truth? I know we put out a good product. I know we have a good show. And our emails of the people that do listen, they think so too. And I also just know logically there has to be people who are unaware. And if they were aware, it's like your favorite like garage band. Like if they could get more ears to that sound, I think more people would enjoy it. But you're right. We don't have the promoters. We don't have the record label. And so we're just a garage band.
Ryan, let me tell you something you already know. Life isn't all sunshine and rainbows.
That's true. I know.
The world is mean and nasty, and it'll keep you down permanently if you let it. You can't say you're not here because of him or because of him or because of him.
But I am here because no one's listening.
It's interesting that you say that. I like the analogy of the garage band. But you notice, like, I am a podcast listener.
You are. Yeah.
And so I do notice a show that I'll listen to when they do get quote unquote famous. Like they get the label. Somebody signs them, so to speak. The show changes.
Yeah, I know. You're right. I mean? I've seen that too, and it's funny that you say that. You're it's true. Yeah, they sell out. They sell out to the Illuminati. They get they change.
I'm going to be honest. I am leaving my wife as soon as I get groupies who want to sleep with me.
That's fair.
Don't tell her I said that, but
no, you're absolutely right, Katie. And one side, this is all interesting. One quick side, we'll get into the movie, of course. There's a band that I won't say the band's name, but when they were sort of like smaller and independent, I really enjoyed it. But they got a big record label deal, and their two albums that came out with it sounds so polished and refined. It lost the edge. It's weird.
Commercial, yeah.
So. All right. Well, we're gonna stay gritty. We're gonna stay gritty. We're not Rocky 3 polished. We're gonna say Rocky 1, Rocky 2.
We're still in the neighborhood. We're still in the old neighborhood.
Gym of the Rocky podcast.
Tough gym. Yeah. Hey, whoa.
We're a little lighter. We have a little less melanin, but
I was gonna say
our hearts are there. It's about the heart. It's not about the appearance.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't feel comfortable hanging out Tough Gym. Whatever do you, Ryan? All right, here we go. So where we last left off, of course, Sly gave his big Oscar speech. Didn't win the Oscar for that speech, but that's okay. And with the box commission, here's the next scene.
Yo, have you seen the paper today?
Front row.
That is so great. All right.
You know what? Let's go get some food. Food.
Come on.
Rob, come on. The last two pay-per-views were in the toilet.
We've mentioned this before, but there's no cell phones, really smartphones in the sense of like they gave him the paper. That's almost this is like the last few moments of the world's life where you could like, we read about this in the paper. Your dad is going to be fighting again, and they're like front row, thinking that like the son's going to score the front row tickets, and that's not, it'd be like your friends being sons of Mike Tyson who's going back in the ring. You'd be like, hey, you can get front row tickets to watch Tyson fight again, right? That's probably the same idea.
Those friends, they're not doing anything wrong. Like they're acting exactly how you think they would.
This relationship is wild. Robert learns about it via the headline in the paper. Meanwhile, we just saw his dad come to him, try to like connect with him, like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Mm-hmm. And if he got his certificate or whatever, he passed whatever license, I guess that's what he was trying to get, his boxing license. Wouldn't you maybe call your kid or text him and be like, hey, guess what? I did it.
How much time has passed between that nighttime talk and the paper being printed?
Got to be a few weeks. Like it probably takes like bureaucratically a while for them to evaluate your application, a while to get everything approved. Like they're probably not moving fast.
It almost feels like it's the next day. Like the paper's already hot in the press that Rocky's announced he's going to do some club fighting or whatever.
But it's like, I guess this is just who Rocky is, the worst communicator, because Adrian finds out about him going to Russia via the news people coming to her house too. Like, Rocky, call your wife, call your kid, give them a heads up.
Okay, so now we're in this like palatial, looking, very sterile. It almost looks like
that was what I was going to describe it. I was waiting to say that it's it reminds me of his house. It reminds me. It's like this guy, almost kind of like the light's blue. It's like this weird blue kind of sterile like light. Like it's cold. Mm-hmm. It's uninviting, and it's weirdly clean. I guess sterile. Yeah, it sucks.
No posters, no motivation posters, no championship belts, no
flags.
It almost looks like a prison set.
Boxing gyms have like country flags in them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're getting to the scene where the promoter, managers, whatever, is saying he's not making championship money. But we'll hear their spiel here.
Nobody cares. You're not making heavyweight championship money.
There's a bunch of nobodies out there, Mace. This is the bottom line. But I want to talk to you about something I think is an interesting opportunity. We should run with it. All right, look at me. You heard Rocky Balboa applied for a license and got one, yeah?
Yeah, I heard he got a license. Forget about it.
Hear me out.
Hear what out? You want me to fight a guy that I can beat with both hands tied behind my back?
Everybody knows you could beat the guy sitting down, but that's not what it's about. It's about making money. We got to capitalize on that computer fight. This thing could do 1 million buys. That's 15, 20 million to you, Mace.
Forget about it.
Then what do you want to do? Because no one's beating the door down to watch you fight anymore.
Look, man, we got guaranteed fights.
We don't have guaranteed fights. You want to do this now in front of all your friends? We'll do it now.
Whatever.
We got nothing, Mace. All the fights you come up with, the pay-per-view fights, all got rejected. You know why? Am I wrong? They're all bums out there. Nobody cares about them. There's no marquee value. But this Balboa thing is interesting. Because listen to me, it's a has-been, never going to be world. And you want to call it nostalgia, whatever the hell you want, but people can relate to that stuff. This is a no-lose for everybody. It's all good.
Good for who?
For you, not for me, for you. Excuse me, maybe you don't understand. People don't like you no more. They don't follow you no more. They're not supporting you anymore. Don't you understand that? I don't look at me like I'm messing with your legacy.
Now, again, this isn't Mason. This is Sly writing to himself.
Great point.
This is sort of like the reverse psychology. Like, this is the alternate voice that Sly has in his own head regarding doing this project. This is him saying to himself, like, don't mess up your legacy. Nobody cares about you anymore. You're straight to streaming, you're direct to video. No one's buying your tickets anymore. But at the same time, if you do this movie, people are going to come out. They're nostalgic. They love nostalgia. They're going to get butts in the seat again. So it's kind of a combination of all the arguments Sly probably had him with himself or the movie company at the same time.
Mason represents the skepticism the general public would have,
of course,
seeing this. But like, why are we going to watch basically a senior citizen fight? Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's probably Sly's reasoning too within himself. That's the wolves in him. That's the two wolves fighting him. There's a part of him that wants to prove to himself that he can still do this, that he still has a name, that he still has a legacy. But the other part of him is like, dude, just let it go. Like, just you don't want to embarrass yourself. And that's the argument his son is saying. Like, don't put yourself in the ring. You're going to embarrass yourself. You're old. This is going to be embarrassed. This film's embarrassing. The idea is embarrassing. I think it's fantastic. I think that's the one greatest thing about this film. But it's almost too on the nose, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's the whole movie is Sly's Rocky/film franchise legacy. The movie rides on that. He puts his hope in it. He wins. It turns out it's critically, it was received very well. Financially, did very well. Like fans all seem to enjoy it. So it worked on every level, but it was a risk.
Sly's writing's quite good. Like I liked it in the first film. I like how he wrote that on how Rocky got a chance. That basically no one wanted to fight Apollo Creed on like 6 weeks notice, and like, finding a novelty, like something with marquee value, like that was very smart. Like that's very creative. And I think like showing this computer fight and showing how no one likes him and how we got to capitalize on this moment. Like to me, I'm like, those guys saying that, like their kind of business sense for this is spot on.
Yeah, they are trying to make money. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he wrote that well. Like it's not like, oh, this is so stupid. Like you could see something like this happening, and we've seen it now. Mm-hmm. Like someone
Mike
like
Tyson.
Mike Tyson going back. Mm-hmm. Like this is something that happens now, which it didn't really happen so much in 2005 or 2006. Mm-hmm. Like even when George Foreman came back, he was like my age. He was older than me when he got the title, but when he first came back, he was like early 40s. That's
wild. You guys are bringing up really good points. And what really stood out to me listening to this little monologue is this the AJ Benza guy?
Yes.
He delivered that very well. And, you could, the Italianness came out, but the words, the phrasing, it was Sly. I don't know if that was like on purpose or if he just can't help it. Like it was so clear that that's Sly's writing. Like it almost too much. I was like, oh, he's saying the exact words and the exact phrases, but these movies always mirror Sly's life in real life. And this one is no exception.
Interesting how this guy's talking to Mason Dixon. Like he's not a yes man. It seems like Dixon has a bunch of yes men. Like, he has his cronies around him and stuff. This guy is talking to him like he's in charge. Like he's not one of just Dixon's little cronies. He's like, no one likes you. You're in the toilet. No one wants to see you. You better do this or else. Like,
well, you even said, like, do you want me to kind of berate you in front of your friends? Right?
Yeah, if you want to.
You want to do this for your old friends, huh? Like,
I laughed because he's like, who's this good for? Me? No, this is for you. Yeah, right, dude. Like you're not going to get rich off this too.
Yeah. Like a classic salesperson is trying to not seem like a salesperson. Like, I'm not doing this for sales. Like, this is really just for your best interest. I'm like, come on. Like, what are we doing here? Although I think his logic in terms of making money makes total sense. Now, reputational wise, like there isn't a no-lose situation. Like, for example, people are really not going to like you if you maim Rocky Balboa.
Right. Yeah. The legacy point, though, is I love how he's like, oh, and this is again like the old person coming in saying, all these young kids think they're something special. Like every jock now thinks they've got a legacy. Mason Dixon, he's not like a legacy type boxer. That's not who he is, but he certainly thinks he is. And so he's like, let me dress you down a little bit.
Fighters that have come and gone throughout the years, like some of them are like you'll call a fighter like the people's champion or whatever, like the obvious example, like Muhammad Ali was more than just a boxer,
right?
Like a boxer was what he did, but he was like a cultural icon. Like he had opinions on things, he interacted with people, he was on shows, like his whole persona really went past boxing. And there's other fighters like the one of the like Larry Holmes, like who knows stuff about Larry Holmes? He was like heavyweight champion forever in the 80s. Great fighter, one of the better fighters to do it. Excellent record, but it's like when you follow and act like Ali, come on, like you're going to be seen as boring. You're not going to have the same legacy. You're not going to have the same level of respect. You're not going to have like that legendary status that Ali had. And Dixon's kind of like that. He's like a Klitschko or a Larry Holmes or something like that, where it's they're a good fighter, but there isn't a lot more than that.
Every job like thinks they got a legacy.
Say again, Kyle?
Oh, sorry. I don't know. I'm probably just like beating a dead horse here, but like, like Mike Tyson for better or for worse is far more than boxing, right? Like extremely controversial character. People have an interest in him beyond just the boxing part, where someone else not so much. And Dixon, he's never going to have that. No one is ever going to see him like they saw Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali.
Dixon has zero personality.
Yeah, yeah.
The line that it's in the middle of right now says, every jock now thinks they've got a legacy.
A legacy is what you get instead of getting paid. That's a legacy.
Hey, man, don't talk to me like I'm stupid.
I'm not no more.
Mace, everybody knows you could kick this old man's ass, but you don't. You leave him with a little bit of dignity. So they say, Mason Dixon's got compassion. He's a decent guy. He's a nice guy. You got a whole new audience. We'll double your money on the next fight. You want a new image, Mace? That's how you get it.
That's the Paul Tyson fight.
Yeah, Jake Paul could have like named him.
Yeah, and you could, but they saw. Oh, I think I remember chatter about that. I actually think I remember chatter saying, "Oh, he's not such a good guy. He was a good sportsman. He didn't destroy Tyson's legacy. He let Tyson throw a few rounds. Like it's almost like it's scripted, just like
it was scripted." Here.
But you get what I'm saying? They're talking about that very thing here. Like just go a few rounds with the guys, respect his legacy. You'll come out the nice guy because you didn't hurt Rocky. We know you can destroy him, but you're not going to.
I don't really like Jake Paul that much. I still don't. But when he gave Tyson that bow at the end and showed him some respect there, that ingratiated me a bit to him.
See, AJ Benson knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's all marketing. Like he.
Yeah, I know.
He was told to do that.
Yeah, of course. But it's like sometimes even if it's like someone's trying to play you in your subconscious, you still get played a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God, I literally work in marketing, and I'm like, I still get suckered in by all these ads. Sometimes.
Sorry for mansplaining marketing to you.
No. I just mean, to your point, I literally do it to other people, and I still get got.
Fair, that's a good point.
I don't want to get political on this show. I don't want to get political in a place like this, but there's a certain individual that leads the free world right now. That's the effect they have on people. Actually, it's the same thing. People will know somebody about somebody, but they'll still get weirdly ingratiated by a man of power. It's we're weird that way as humans.
Ryan Rebalkin, he's a total fraud. No, do not listen to him. He's a complete loser. Believe me.
That's probably true.
What you mean, to replace the one that you two made?
Whoa, wait. We made your world green. You made the rest. All this is you. You made all this junk happen.
Man, I've had it up to here with this mess, man.
What's that, Kyle? Are you laughing? Sorry.
I don't know. Just like, to replace the one that you two made.
That's good. No, it's good. They're really
what am I paying you people for?
Also, what is Mason doing? Like, he's in the ring just kind of walking around by himself, talking to these people.
Yeah, that is true. Like maybe he doesn't have gloves on. You could say, oh, maybe he's shadow boxing. Why are you doing that in the ring? Were you sparring? If so,
he might have been sparring.
There's nobody else in the ring, and he doesn't have gloves on or anything.
He doesn't have head protection. He doesn't have gloves. He doesn't have that thing that covers his nuts and stuff. Like, this is weird. That's I never thought about that, but I'm like, what is he doing there exactly?
Air punching a little bit. He's just kind of walking around like, what kind of a workout is this? No wonder you suck. Okay.
In theory, he could have done. In theory, he could have done some weights or some. He's just in the ring, just chilling. Yeah, you're right. There's no indication of what he's done in the ring here.
I'm always curious about these entourages and how this works. Like these guys, do these guys have jobs? Does he pay them? What are they doing there? They're just hanging out. Like, who? I want to be in an entourage. First of all, if you're getting
his hype men, they probably do. They're on salary, probably.
Yeah, man, you're just hanging out there. They're like, they're joking around. They're having a great time. They don't have to really do anything. Listeners, if you want an entourage, call me. I'm willing to do that if the price is right.
Time for me to make some changes. I'm going back to Martin's gym.
All right, we'll talk about
this crap.
Oh, he's going back to Martin's gym.
There's nothing to talk about.
I forgot about that. He actually said he's going back to Martin's gym.
Oh yeah, and that's. Okay, they gotta have a reason why.
For me, I forget. I actually forget what that conversation went down as. It's weird. Oh man.
And was that a correction? Do you guys think that was like a correction of what Tommy should have done? Tommy should have done exactly what
they're showing
gone back to Rocky's gym, Mick's gym.
Sly, the writer / the writer of this show, he could be showing you this could have been Tommy's journey. Instead of seeing just the money, the gold, and the glitter, he's like, you could argue Mason to some degree has a little bit of self-respect here. He's like, man, I just want to fight. I'm sorry everyone's a loser. I'm sorry that I'm so good at my job that people think I'm boring, because that's essentially what he's guilty of. Right. He doesn't have a great personality. He is fighting lesser fighters, but that's not his fault because he's the better fighter. and they're trying to get a gimmick out of him. He doesn't want to dance. He doesn't want to dance for the circus, and that's not a bad quality. He's like, he didn't just jump and say, "Yeah, I want to make money. Good idea. Let's get Balboa in the ring." He's actually against it. He's like, "This is silly."
Yeah, because like someone like Ali would talk about how he's like he creates controversy. Like he creates stuff in the press conference. Like he'll talk shit in those press conferences, and he'll like he would like really troll Joe Frazier. He would he'd create stuff. Like he understood the publicity and kind of the business behind the fights, and like Mason does not at all. Not interested.
What's that initials there? PEOK? Is that probably just someone's initials, maybe? Or
man, has this ever changed since 2006?
No, that's a real burnt out apartment on the right. That's real? Like they didn't.
Yeah. Well, it's real. It's not there anymore. Like that PEOK doesn't look like that. That burnt out thing next to it doesn't look like that. It looks like just like a normal street now.
And you put your card on those steps proper.
I did. Right? I did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Leave this on the steps.
This shot, I feel like we've seen. Maybe it's just been because it's been dark, but boy, this shot really shows you. I guess I didn't like Marie. You're really down on your luck here. This is
she probably worked like she's a bartender. She probably gets minimum wage plus tips, and has to support a son. She's probably like on food stamps or whatever, or like any healthcare emergency or anything like that could crush her. Ooh, I don't envy her. Like that'd be a rough life.
This little apartment looks like it's okay though. I mean, it's surrounded by
surroundings.
This place here is two things with that building there. You probably would have a rodent problem in the building next to you, which means you could have a rodent problem because they'll find their way over. I wouldn't be surprised if people like start doing drugs or whatever, squatting
like
or whatever in that building. Like I'd be pretty concerned on multiple levels about living there. But you're right though. The actual unit there looks good. It actually really hasn't changed. I think it's a different color now, but it's like it looks pretty much the same as now as it did then.
That's someone's house in real life right now at this film. Like they didn't just build this. Like someone lives there right now during this filming, I presume. So somebody actually, a real person lives there.
Because you see in the background there, the street behind them looks all right.
Yeah.
Weird. That's weird.
What a claim to fame.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's your point. I live there now. I like the gift punch.
Hey, what a surprise.
I was just driving around the neighborhood. I thought, well, why not drive by and say hello?
You wanna come inside?
No, I got it. The dog needs some exercise. You want to take a little walk or something?
Yeah.
It's nice outside.
You want to come inside? I mean, Rocky, you could have put the dog in a different room.
No, she's not gone. She's gone, but she's not gone, All
right, Punchy, you play in this abandoned building. I have to hang out with little Marie for about 15 minutes, and then...
It's just so funny. It's like, you want to go for a little walk? We've talked about this, of course. You want to go for a walk? The dog needs exercise. Let's just go stand in the middle of the street. There you go.
Hey.
Nice and brisk.
When'd you get a dog?
We picked up Punchy a couple of days back.
Punchy?
Yeah.
You named your dog Punchy?
Well, actually, your kid come up with a name.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think that's disrespectful.
Oh, no, it's fine, really. No, it's easy to remember, and it's all that, and, Listen, what do you think about coming over to the restaurant?
What for?
Well, for work. The hostess is going to be having a kid. You do good.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm telling you, you do good. You do so good.
I appreciate what you're doing for my kid, but I can't.
Hey, listen, I think you'd like it a lot. It's a nice environment. It's very pleasant.
Can we drop it?
Oof.
They're about to go into the scene where she doesn't think she's good enough or pretty enough. And again, it's a weird, that angle in this movie is a little odd given the actress who plays her is actually attractive.
I know.
Yeah, but it's like there's a lot of attractive people that don't think highly of themselves.
You're right, but it's weird for her to say, oh, come on, I'm going to be the face of the... A person that's attractive might have low self-esteem, but you can still recognize that you're not a troll.
I think some people genuinely believe they do not look good when in fact they do.
Okay. I don't necessarily want the person to have low self-esteem, but a person that's hot that doesn't know they're hot.
I think there might be a concern if you're Marie that you're being pitied.
That's what I was leaning towards as well, because she says, can we drop it? And this is normal. He's old school. he wants to help. He's saving her, white knighting a little bit. He sees where she lives. He knows she works at the Andy's bar or whatever. She deals with the drag society that, he's like, my place is nicer customers. It's a safer environment. Mm-hmm. He's trying to protect her, give her, and so she might also just be embarrassed that this happened in her point of life. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got another man trying to save me, or a man trying to save. It's all these conflicting emotions, probably.
You guys are right, and that is kind of what is happening here. But the reason she gives for she could just be like, "Hey, I don't need your pity," but she says, but that's not what she says.
Let's see what she says.
Oh, what's bothering you?
Nothing. It's all right. Listen, I gotta get back.
No, it ain't all right.
Oh, come on.
What?
What, I'm supposed to be the first person people see when they walk in?
Yeah, you just get up menu, you say, hello, how are you? You sit people down. Look, little Marie, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
You could find 10 better people, 100 better people for this job.
Give it a try, like 2 weeks.
I don't want to try.
Yo, who put this stuff in your head?
Nobody.
Well, just don't get in there by itself.
Father, ex-boyfriend, probably a bit of both, saying you're not pretty. He kind of recognizes with Adrian, right? Adrian was the same way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or like say that Jamaican, the European, that she had the kid with left. See, you feel like rejected. You might blame yourself to some degree, like, oh, I wasn't good enough. That's why they left me, even though that's not true.
He should say, like, she's not wearing a hat or glasses, but Rocky can say, take off your sweater.
Take off your sweater. Yeah, I mean, to bring it back to the Rocky lore, he knows the types of people that she probably, were in her. What are you hanging out with those creeps around the hoagie shop?
Yeah, for sure. Like, you kind of internalize that, like, oh, I'm one of these people. And those guys are probably interested in her for one thing, and then they do that and then move on. And maybe mom and dad weren't very encouraging of you. Like, maybe you had a mother that was always giving you a hard time, being like, oh, you look like this or that, or what, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I find low self-esteem and insecurity is like rife, like it's everywhere. I think everyone has that to a degree. I don't think there's anyone who's perfectly secure. But, I see that all, especially online. People are like incredibly insecure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally secure. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but like a lot of, it's, I guess, a little tropey, but like these kinds of, like in TV and movies, like these people who, quote unquote, come from this kind of a neighborhood, the parents are they're dealing with their own problems. So they have either drug or alcohol problems, or they're just busy working 3 jobs to, pay the rent or whatever. Like, it's very like The Outsiders-esque, like all those kids, they're not being parented. Like, she was hanging around, at midnight on some random day as a 12-year-old on the corner. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're mom and dad, maybe dad was at Andy's and our mom was working at yeah. Or like, maybe you didn't want to go home because like, your dad's a drunk and yeah.
It's funny if when they're done this talk, she goes to the steps. Yo, Rock, you love me? Screw you, creepo. Holy smokes, that'd be horrible.
I also want to comment how white this woman is. Like, she's a real Irish person, like, because she's from Northern Ireland. They do not get a lot of sun over there, obviously. Like, that woman is pale.
Yeah. She does say thanks for coming by, though, so that's nice.
Yo, when was the last time you went dancing? Has it been a while?
Why are you asking me that?
Wow, I'm asking because you danced around all these problems. You might as well come and dance with me. Now, I ain't that good, but, I'm probably better than the average bear. And where that came from, I don't know.
I agree, Sly. Where did that whole thing come from?
Well, also, is he like asking her to go dance? Is he literally asking her to go dancing with him?
No, he's using a silly metaphor about her skirting the issues and dancing around her problems. So it's a metaphor but
come dancing with me. But
it's a little flirty, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Why don't you come dance with me?
Yeah. When's the last time you had coitus?
Why don't you come F me?
Yeah, when you come F me, like, why are you effing around with me?
You know how people hate the word moist? I don't hate the word moist, but I hate the word coitus. I find that it's just so
really.
Yeah,
I coitus makes me moist. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
makes you
kind of
moist,
with you
Ryan.
on
Are you
that
a
too,
trans dude or something?
Crazy.
Yeah, a little bit, but the way you're thinking, the way you're talking, it's a little crazy too. Come on, you deserve better. Really. Come on. I need you to class my place up. Philly needs you. And if you say, screw you, creepo, again, I totally understand, but I'm warning you right now, I'm gonna put myself like geographically in the middle of the street here and stand here, me and Punchy, and wave to the first bus, say, come on over here and mash me. Because little Marie turned down the job at the restaurant. She thinks she's better than us.
Oh, yeah? Well, there hasn't been a bus down here in 20 years.
Yeah?
No.
Whew. That was a close call. Listen, seriously. Come on, be nice.
All right.
I wish I could get a better paying job that easily.
I know.
Yeah, they're like begging me to take a better job. Please take this better job. I don't know if it would pay better though. Probably pays unless he's like padding her wage or something. But like a hostess doesn't make a lot of money. Like you get a bit of the tip out plus whatever.
It's better than whatever she's making in Andy's.
Well, for sure. Like the environment alone.
That is what it is.
Like you just have to deal with one drunk asshole, i.e. Paulie.
That's right.
Instead of like
he's worth,
200.
but he's like 20 drunks at the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, probably with all the weirdos at Andy's bar, Paulie's like not that unusual. She's like, oh, okay, I know how to handle this guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm right on this, but that I can't remember from when I was there. But the building behind that row housing looks a lot like Rocky's place. I can't remember if that actually is his place or not.
Oh, on his right? Do you mean?
Yeah, well, on his left.
Oh, right. Our right, his left. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But
you're right. You're right.
Looks just like the one at the end there, but I don't think it is. I don't know.
No, we talked
all
about
look similar.
that he might be. Yeah, they're all kind of in walking distance, sort of. I mean, how far was the walk from Andy's bar to her house? Remember, she's mentioned that.
It's Andy's bar to his house is really close.
No, she said in the movie though.
About 8 blocks, doesn't she say? 8 blocks or something like that.
Yeah. Also, Doug was telling me right behind him is where they filmed the scene. Like if you go past this like grass or whatever that's overgrown, where they filmed the scene of him and Gazzo, where he's like, "Didn't I tell you to break this guy's thumb?"
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug did a great job on that tour.
Doug, I think he started his own rival Rocky Tour business.
Yeah, I would love to see that. He certainly has the right physique to play an older Sly too.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's the director's cut version. Look at that extra meat footage.
Why do we need this?
Yeah.
Also, so what's the story? I didn't realize that slaughterhouses, I guess, so they run 24/7. Paulie works a night shift.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how they run either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I could see like maybe the night shift because like I imagine a slaughterhouse should require a lot of cleaning.
It should.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's
remember Rocky was shoveling the cleaning?
Yeah. Like they should be like sterilizing stuff all the time. So I imagine this is me talking to my ass. I've never been around a slaughterhouse, but like I imagine if you're doing a bunch of stuff during the day, nighttime's a good opportunity for like cleanup and getting ready for the next day. So I could see it being around 24 hours like that. But Paulie just seems like he just
stands around painting.
Yeah, like he doesn't give a shit. Like he's just running up.
This is why he's about some of the fun is about to happen to him, and then we'll end it here.
Yeah, and probably because he's union and he's been there so long, he probably gets paid way too much money.
Yeah, yeah, that's what he's doing.
Stuff, so yeah.
It requires 2 of them. But that's a weird thing to include. What do you think that's about?
Well, that worker guy there, you see him jump away kind of scared that Paulie was going to punch him or something?
Oh, I just thought he was like giddily following the boss.
No, he was startled.
Well, I think he kind of tripped over that pallet there.
Oh, I thought he was like, "Oh, don't hit me, Paulie," because remember he got mad at him earlier.
Let's rewind. I'm pretty sure he stumbled and they just kept it in. But I do see him as like the little lackey who's following around that guy.
Why is this one
up?
Well, this is the one he kind of insulted about immigration or whatever. I think this is the same character. So he's getting laid off by. I think this black gentleman is the son of the one that let Rocky go and help too.
Yeah.
He's got the red hat. So you better listen to him. Which is weird.
See, he hops back.
But you see, his foot stumbled on that pallet.
No, he jumps. There's nothing there. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't.
Let me look. I see the pallet now, Kyle. I'll now look at the pallet. It looks like he does a hop, like he does a hop step. Like it was intentional.
One more because he looks at real close this time.
I'm watching.
It could be a combination of the two things.
I do think it's intentional, but I didn't see it as him being scared of Paulie. That's interesting.
But what would the action be then?
I think
he's
I know.
Giddily jumping. He's like.
See,
he just like kind of skips.
Okay, this is what I think what happened is he was making eye contact with Paulie because he was scared of him.
Okay.
He didn't, and then he's walking in his right foot. He didn't realize that pallet was in the way, so his foot brushes up against that pallet, and he has to like move over like that.
It does a little bit of that, sure. I think the intent was the direction was you're not comfortable around Paulie. You're a little bit scared of him.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Because it's like what I get when I feel like I'm really sensitive to feeling like I'm being watched. Like I'm not good at like I'll be good at sports and practice, but then like when there's a game and everyone's watching me, I'm like I play way worse. Or like if I feel like I'm being watched, or like say if I'm like younger guy and I'm like, ooh, are girls looking at me or whatever, I'll like lose sense of my surroundings and like when I'm walking through a door, I'll bump into the door.
Yeah, that kind
or something like that. You know what I mean? And so I feel like he feels nervous that like there's a potential confrontation with Paulie, and he loses a sense of where he is, and then he's like running into that pallet a bit, and he has to like shift over to like get it out of the way, and that's my take on that. But maybe I'm just
I think I always just was scared because he's been confrontational with Paulie. They've had issues. They don't like each other. He's scared of Paulie. Paulie can be kind of a scary person if you're a younger employee. You got this guy's been around forever.
No question, Paulie's a prick to that guy.
All right. Well, this has been a very, very fun discussion. We'd like to thank everyone who's watching us. Again, at this time of this recording, I'm slowly but surely getting the audio feed caught up. The goal is by Christmas, or at the very least by the time the show ends. But with that, this episode is over.
I didn't hear no bell.